Good morning, class of 2023 plus. We are so excited to have you here this morning.
I read the letter.
Oh my gosh.
I think I started screaming.
As soon as I read the word congratulations, I just stopped reading.
My mom was with me and we were both cheering.
It was just like a dream come true.
For me personally, I wanted to study business, but with a more technological edge.
I'm learning industry level skills. That's a head start. That's an advantage.
My parents were with me on move-in day.
I still miss them every day, and my brother. Can't forget you.
They got to see where I was going and they could have faith that I was at a good place.
Orientation week definitely helped a lot.
Don't be afraid to explore.
Ask questions.
Meet as many people as you can.
My best friends were from orientation week.
I had to tell myself to just soak it all in.
Just embrace the awkward.
My best advice to you is
Go to an event as soon as you find one.
work hard, but also play hard.
If you want to try something new, go for it. If that doesn't work out, then try for something else.
There's so many possibilities.
Build hackathon.
Fraternities and sororities.
D-flat singers.
Even the ballroom dance team if you're interested.
Community service is a way for me to take a step back, to look at what's going around me, not just at myself.
What I really get my memories from are these extracurriculars and the friends that I've made.
You're among the brightest people.
We're all driven and we're also passionate. There's just really a sense of cooperativeness.
There are always people around who are going to support you.
The faculty have always been there for me. I can go to them after class and just talk to them. Not even just about class, but about life.
That's the culture of CMU. I'm an advocate.
I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a code breaker because I break all my code.
If you're afraid of making mistakes, don't be.
All of my successes come after failure. How you pick yourself up is what's really important.
CMU has made me a completely different person.
When I walk across campus, I feel like I'm at home.
There's a lot of space here for creativity, for excitement.
People are building, creating.
Anything is possible.
Don't be afraid to diverge from your path.
Whatever you do, just give your all, no matter what the outcome might be. My heart is in the work.
My heart is in the work.
My heart is in the work.
Thanks to Sung Hong, Estella Dentiger, and Jorge Alvarez for their reflections. I hope this video gave you a sneak peek at both life as a student as well as the exciting possibilities here at CMU. It is my pleasure to welcome all faculty, staff, current students, parents, families, and the class of 2023 plus. A special welcome to our senior leadership and alumni relations team. To our new students, let me be among the first to welcome you formally to your new school, your new campus, and what will soon be your new home. Today's orientation welcome program will give me the opportunity to let you hear from important members of the university leadership, including President Farnam Jahanian and Vice President of Student Affairs, Gina Casalegno. My name is Conlon Novak, and I'm one of the 7 head orientation counselors who have been working hard to help plan the orientation program for you, our new first year and transfer students. It is an honor to be up here representing the team. To the class of 2023 plus, I know I speak for the entire orientation staff when I say how thrilled we are that you're finally here with us on campus. We've designed an exciting and intentional orientation program to help our incoming students learn what it means to be part of the Carnegie Mellon community, to provide you with the knowledge, campus resources, and mentorships to succeed, and to promote the core values and beliefs that connect us all. I can't wait for you to learn more about this university that has done so much for me. I'd now like to introduce the president of the Carnegie Mellon University's Alumni Association, Alex-Claudia. He holds an economics degree from Dietrich College and the Tepper School of Business, and a Master's of Arts Management degree from Heinz College. During his time as a student, he was a member of the Scotch and Soda Theater and the Kilty Band. Alex has worked as an independent entertainment producer with credits on Broadway, in television, and with the popular web series Pittsburgh Dad. Additionally, he's a freelance consultant and entrepreneur, working with and leading a variety of technology startups, including as president and CEO of High Up North America. Alex currently serves as a founding partner and managing director of Bedford Funds, a Pittsburgh-based national scope opportunity zone private equity fund. Please join me in welcoming Alex to the stage.
Thank you, Conlon. Good morning, class of 2023 plus. on behalf of the over 112,000 Carnegie Mellon University alumni, including any who might be present in the tent, give a wave if you're here. I see a few of you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to be among the first to welcome you into the Tartan family. Now, you might be wondering why you're already hearing from the Alumni Association when you've only been CMU students for about a minute and a half. Today, you don't just join this amazing campus community, but you also join a community of loyal Scots who have come before you and who are just as passionate, hardworking, and dare I say, quirky as all of you. And we want you to know that we'll support you along the way. We're so proud to have you and your parents become members of our community. All of us, all around the world, will be rooting for you as you embark on this exciting journey. As I reflect back to the start of my own orientation 14 years ago, I'd like you to keep a few things in mind. Your Tartan experience is not limited to just here on campus and in Pittsburgh, and it doesn't end after 4 years. This is only the beginning of what will be your lifelong relationship with the university. And just as important as your relationship with CMU is the relationship that you will build starting this week with each other. The shared experience that you will have with the people here in this tent and those watching on the Overflow telecast will forge relationships that will hopefully last for the rest of your lives. I hope all of you take the opportunity to open yourself up to the people here with you. I promise you'll learn just as much from them and they from you as you will in your classes. As you'll no doubt hear quite a lot over your years, and as you've already heard 3 times this morning, our motto is a quote from our founder, Andrew Carnegie. "My heart is in the work." It is the unique juxtaposition of passion and hard work that animates the fabric of Carnegie Mellon, and that will bond you together with the rest of the Tartan family, past and present. And speaking of work, it's no secret that you're going to be doing a lot of it while you're here at CMU. When things get hard or feel overwhelming, I hope that all of you will make sure to take care of yourselves, to take care of each other, to ask for help when you need it, and don't forget to have some fun. Get involved in all of the many activities on campus, which I promise you will find to be very fulfilling. On behalf of the Alumni Association Board and Carnegie Mellon graduates all over the world, I wish you the best of luck. We're looking forward to seeing all that the class of 2023 plus will accomplish and are proud to welcome you as fellow Tartans. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Up next, it is my pleasure to introduce the 10th president of Carnegie Mellon University, Dr. Farnam Jahanian. Known for his passionate engagement with students, his dedication to improving their experience on campus, and for his facilitation of their breakthroughs, Dr. Jahanian has already had an enormous impact at Carnegie Mellon, and he and his wife Tris are also the proud parents of a CMU alumna. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Farnam Jahanian.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Conlon, for your kind introduction and for your leadership throughout orientation. I would also like to express my appreciation to Alex-Claudia for his thoughtful remarks. Thank you very much, Alex. Again, thank you for welcoming our incoming undergraduates as they begin their lifelong relationship with Carnegie Mellon. Parents and family members, on behalf of the entire Carnegie Mellon University community, I am thrilled to welcome you to CMU. And to the class of 2023 plus, I have a question for you. Are you excited to be here? Wow. You must not have gotten enough sleep last night. All right, I'm going to try this again. To the class of 2023 plus, are you excited to be here? All right, with that, I'm going to put my CMU hat on. First of all, congratulations on all of the achievements that have led you to this moment. You are among the brightest, most motivated, exceptionally gifted, and wonderfully independent stars of your generation. You can tell how proud your parents are, your family members are, I know. Your achievements are to be celebrated, of course. We should also celebrate the unyielding support from your families and friends along the way. Class of 2023, would you please join me in thanking your parents and loved ones for their support and encouragement over the years? I'm thrilled to have my wife Tris here today. She and I, as you just heard, are also proud CMU parents. Tris, will you stand, please stand and be recognized. Our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Jim Garrett, is also here this morning to welcome our incoming students. Jim and his wife, Ruth Ann, are both CMU alumni and also proud CMU parents. Jim and Ruth Ann, would you please stand and wave to recognize? I messed up my hair, I know. I am excited to introduce you to the university's exceptional team of academic and administrative leaders. Deans, vice provosts, and members of the executive management team, will you please stand as a group and be recognized? All of you, please. In addition, I would like to acknowledge our dedicated student affairs staff, including Associate Dean Julie Schultz, who is responsible for leading our amazing first-year orientation. Julie and the staff, thank you very much for all that you do. And of course, I would like to welcome and thank the many counselors, leaders, and resident assistants here to greet you, especially our 7 head orientation counselors, Pankaj, Lexi, Emma, Chris, Conlon, Izzy, and Rosie. Please, as a group, stand to be recognized. For each of you, today follows many years of preparation and fulfills your brightest dreams of spreading your wings. Students, you may be worrying a bit that you won't be able to spread your wings so freely because your parents might call or text you every single day, even multiple times a day. But you know, I wouldn't be so sure. The anxiety that you see in their eyes today could really be a look of contemplation as they think about how they will repurpose your rooms. No worries. While they're busy turning your old rooms into Airbnb rentals and exercise rooms, they've been dreaming about this. You have no idea. You'll be doing something much cooler, getting a world-class education and taking hold of your futures right here at Carnegie Mellon. No matter where you come from or what your background is, I know you're all looking at the world with the same optimism, the same bold aspirations, the same desire to make a positive impact. And I'm here to tell you, the education you will receive here at CMU will give you every opportunity you can imagine to achieve your dreams. Students, I remember being in your shoes. That was last century, but I remember it. As an immigrant who came to this country at age 15, I developed a deep appreciation for the incredible power of education to change lives and catalyze social mobility. Today, I'm thrilled to be serving as president of this university as well as a member of our faculty. But most importantly, I'm proud to be a CMU parent. So parents, I remember quite vividly being in your shoes as well. It feels just like yesterday that Tris and I were sitting where you are now with a mixture of excitement and worry. Having dropped off 3 children at college, I can say that nothing quite prepares you for when your kid says, "No thanks, Mom and Dad, you don't need to stick around, I got this." Parents, trust me, your kid will be okay, you'll be okay too. You know, this is particularly a special class for Carnegie Mellon University. In fact, the class of 2023 plus represents a university's milestone. We have had more students apply to be a member of the Carnegie Mellon class of 2023 than any other class in the university's 100-year history. This year, we received a record-breaking 27,634 applications, a remarkable 13.5% jump over last year's numbers, and that was after a 19% increase from the year before. This rise in application, that means a third more application in just 2 years. This rise in application makes you all, the students in this room, should make you really feel good. It means we had to be much more selective than ever before. So you can humble brag to your friends that it's never been harder to get into CMU than the year that you applied and you got in. And by the way, half of your class are women. Women make up more than half of each of the student bodies in the Tepper School of Business, College of Fine Arts, and the Dietrich College of Social Science and Humanities, and close to 50% of the students in the College of Computer Science, College of Engineering, and Mellon College of Science are women. Let me tell you a little bit more about your class. The class of 2023 includes students from 43 states, and 17% of you are international students from 30 nations around the world. You are joining an exceptionally multicultural and multinational community at Carnegie Mellon, a true reflection of our interconnected world. Our 1,400 faculty come from 51 nations, and our 117,000 alumni live and work in 144 countries around the globe. None of this is by chance. A diverse and inclusive community is the foundation for excellence in learning, creativity, and human development. In the midst of political and public debate surrounding whether higher education institutions should remain globally engaged, I want to be clear. It doesn't matter if you're from New Jersey or New Delhi. CMU is proud to welcome you into our community. To the newest members of our international community, without hesitation and with heartfelt affirmation, let me say, we value you, we support you, we will always welcome you. This is a campus that's unafraid of inclusivity. We are compelled and defined by it, and that will never change. Every day at CMU, I am inspired by our people. We have the world's most ambitious students who learn and collaborate at the edges and intersections of wide-ranging fields. Perhaps what makes CMU unique is the way in which we intertwine science, technology, and business with social science, humanities, and the arts to create a rich, interdisciplinary culture. Our innovative problem solving and relentless creativity delivers work that matters in robotics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, in fine arts and design, in business and public policy, in natural and social sciences, in advanced manufacturing and engineering, and that's just scratching the surface. Some people recognize CMU as the birthplace of artificial intelligence. Others know us as the place where a student wrote the musical Pippin, which went on to become a Broadway sensation. Or for another generation, the current generation, the place that produced the members of the original and current cast of Hamilton, including two of the stars who won Tony Awards. We have been home to 20 Nobel laureates, 9 from the Tepper School of Business alone, and 12 recipients of Turing Award, which is considered to be the equivalent for Nobel Prize in computer science. Today, CMU alumni, faculty, and yes, students are tackling the hardest challenges facing society. We do this collaboratively, innovatively, and fearlessly. Let me show you just 2 examples of the kind of work we do here at Carnegie Mellon.
You know what keeps us up at night? In 20 years, the Earth will have nearly 9 billion people and not enough food. So at Carnegie Mellon University, we're growing food in a whole new way. Using artificial intelligence, we analyze plants, improve sustainable growth, and get solutions to farmers. And thanks to a team of really smart robots, we keep the momentum growing. There's work to be done worldwide. We do the work that matters.
This is the kind of collaborative work that sets CMU apart. Let me show you another example.
The traffic lights are talking, and the streetlights and cars have joined the conversation. They are figuring out how to move billions of people in the most efficient way. At Carnegie Mellon University, we create intersections that actually learn, so we all get home faster, safer, and with 20% fewer emissions. We're not just blowing smoke. There's work to be done worldwide. We do the work that matters.
Class of 2023, you're starting your college experience at a pivotal time for humanity. The future is arriving at a breathtaking pace. Our entire world is adapting to unprecedented technological advances that are rapidly transforming our economy, our society, and our culture. This generation, your generation, will write the story of this century. You will advance human knowledge, drive our economy with your ideas, and shape modern culture with your creativity. But as we come to understand the impact of emerging technologies on the future of work, it is clear that you need a new and different kind of education than your parents. Just consider, according to a recent study done by the Manpower Group, an estimated 65% of jobs that your generation will perform throughout your career don't even exist today. If that scares you, it shouldn't. Why? Because you're here. We will provide you with a strong foundation for a lifetime of success in our knowledge-based economy. At Carnegie Mellon, we're also training our students in essential human skills that will only increase in value as automation pervades our world. Skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and collaboration. And we have pioneered new interdisciplinary programs that meet the needs of society and the interests of today's students. Examples include our integrated design, arts, and technology network known as ID8, offerings in neuroscience and computational biology, as well as first-of-its-kind programs in behavioral economics and computational finance and artificial intelligence. as we've made a number of critical investments in our infrastructure to support this vision for higher education. Last year, we celebrated the grand opening of a 300,000 square foot building on our new David A. Tepper quadrangle. The Tepper Quad serves as the new home of our business school and a campus-wide hub for collaboration, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. And that facility is available to all CMU students. In addition to 24 state-of-the-art classrooms, it includes our Center for Technology Enhanced Learning and our Schwartz Center for Entrepreneurship. On the other side of the campus, right behind this tent, Ansys Hall is nearing completion as the new 30,000 square foot hub for the College of Engineering's undergraduate programs. And that facility is also available to the entire campus. It's part of our Maker ecosystem. This facility will create and support resources for students to innovate at the cutting edge of advanced manufacturing simulations and materials design. One of the most tangible improvements you'll see are forward-thinking upgrades that we've made to classrooms across campus. Our $25 million project to renovate classrooms and learning spaces kicked off 2 years ago, and I'm happy to tell you that it's wrapping up this semester. Once completed, you'll enjoy 75 newly enhanced classrooms representing upgrades to more than 3,500 seats across our campus. In addition to the world-class research and education that goes on here, we're deeply committed to enhancing the CMU experience for our students. Carnegie Mellon is more than a collection of classes, academic majors, and departments. We're a community dedicated to the personal and intellectual growth of our students. This commitment to a holistic CMU experience is a priority for all of us at the university. You'll hear more about this from Gina Casalegno, our Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, who will speak later on this morning. But before I wrap up, I have a little advice for our parents. As your young scholars evolve here at CMU, let your role also evolve with them. At a certain point, you will find that instead of being the problem solver, it's much better to be an advisor who supports them as they solve problems for themselves. And while you might not call them every day, I do want to encourage you to stay engaged in your children's lives and also with the university. There are many opportunities to volunteer or get involved through local alumni chapters and our parents' leadership programs. Now to the class of 2023 plus. I have 3 pieces of practical advice for you. First, don't be afraid to venture outside your academic boundaries. CMU is known for producing innovative thinking at the edges and intersection of traditional disciplines. So step outside your comfort zone. Indulge in reading that's not required. Try something new. Volunteer at a local school or join a club that you have not been in before. By embracing a multitude of opportunities, you create context for discovery and creativity beyond what you imagined was possible. And that is at the heart of the CMU experience. Second, a wise person once said that one of life's ultimate luxuries is the power to choose how you spend your time. In college, you have that luxury. So make every experience a meaningful one, and every interaction a learning opportunity. Third, and perhaps most importantly, treat yourself with care. These next 4 years or so will undoubtedly be the most transformative of your lives. So take this journey thoughtfully with attention to mind, body, and spirit. Eat right, go for a run or bike ride. Trust your instincts and be safe. Make time for yourself and lean on each other. This is one of the most profound ways in which we can act as a community and thrive as individuals. And don't forget to text your parents. So to recap, venture widely, focus on the present, take time to reflect and take care of yourselves and each other. If you take away anything from today's remark, let it be this: you're not alone here. We are here for you, with you, and beside you. This is a community, and you are our newest members. As a final comment, and a shameless plug before I wrap up, I am on Instagram. I'm trying to get my numbers up. I hope you will follow along at CMU Farnham. By the way, parents and students, and see the stuff that I post, but obviously we have significant presence on social media. As I wrap up, if you see me on campus, feel free to stop me for a selfie. I take more selfies than you can imagine. And finally, class of 2023 plus. If you can't already tell, we are so excited to have you here. Once again, class of 2023, welcome to Carnegie Mellon University, and thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you. Now we're going to have a lot of fun. At this time, I am thrilled to introduce this special performance by two exceptionally talented individuals. Singer Grant Reynolds is a junior at the School of Drama studying musical theater. And Alex Marthaler is a composer, performer, and educator who divides his time between the School of Drama and the School of Music. He graduated from CMU in 2016 with a master's in music composition. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Grant Alex. Grant Alex.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm Grant Reynolds. I'm a rising junior in the musical theater department, and I'm honored to be singing Blue Skies for you guys today. Smiling on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. Never seen the sun shining so bright. When you're in love, everything's right. Watching all the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly, those blue days. All of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies smiling on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebird singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. I never seen the sun shining so bright. When you're in love, everything's right. Watching all the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly, those blue days. All of them gone, nothing but blue skies. Nothing but blue skies, nothing but blue skies from now on.
Thank you, Grant and Alex. Up next, we have a discussion with a group of people that will play important roles in your first few days, weeks, and beyond throughout your CMU career. To lead that conversation, I'd like to introduce to you someone whose role it is to tell stories about the CMU experience. Please welcome to the stage Jason Maderer from Carnegie Mellon University's Marketing and Communications Division.
All right, we're not going to top that. And I don't know that we have the inspiration that the words that we're going to hear from Gina and we heard from President Jahanian, but kind of educate the smartest room that you've ever stepped foot in, class of 2023 plus, and also those in the other rooms. We're going to introduce you to 4 types of folks that are going to have profound impacts on your careers, not just in these first few days or weeks, but all through. And we're going to go one at a time. So the first one you can't avoid, right? Because you got to go to class. And we're going to bring up our faculty voice. Her name is Rebecca Nugent, who's going to come on up. Rebecca is the Director of Undergraduate Studies in our Department of Statistics and Data Sciences. And let's talk a little bit about how students can interact with faculty rather than, going to class.
All right, well, first let me start by extending a very warm Carnegie Mellon welcome to all of you. We are incredibly excited to have you all joining us, and we're really looking forward to getting to know as many of you as we possibly can during the next few years. Carnegie Mellon is full of incredibly valuable resources, many of which you're going to hear about this next week. And it turns out that your faculty, all of your professors, are also part of this wonderful resource team, and not just in the classroom. So, for example, if you're thinking about how do I get to know my faculty? Well, while you're here, you'll hear lots of advice about, for example, going to office hours, raising your hand, finding us after class, etc. I personally would highly recommend that you try to get to know faculty members not from your primary major as well. So you've already heard about how Carnegie Mellon is very interdisciplinary. It's actually easier than it sounds to get to know faculty from around the campus. And that kind of difference in perspectives and backgrounds will actually be very valuable in helping you work through whatever you're working on or whatever issue you're working through. So please look out beyond whatever major you decide to do. But what we often hear from students is that that's kind of tricky. Like, how do you actually go and start talking to faculty? And it can seem very intimidating. We hear that word a lot. Like, what on earth do you even talk to faculty about? Well, it turns out we're people too. And we have hobbies and lives off campus. And we also volunteer in non-academic organizations on campus as well. Being a faculty member at Carnegie Mellon is also a very diverse job. So we can talk about all sorts of things, not just the classes we teach, but also the research groups, the labs, the studios that we run. We build new degrees and programs. We do community outreach. And many of us travel all over the world, giving talks about our research or the state of our discipline, and also sort of talking about how Carnegie Mellon is pushing forward those disciplines. So just myself as an example. So today's Sunday, and on Thursday, last Thursday, I gave a keynote at Google on the future of data science and talking about how Carnegie Mellon was pushing that forward. And later this week, I'll actually head to the National Academies of Sciences in Washington, D.C., and do a similar conversation about the future of data science. So those are very high-profile, exciting things. But lest you find that intimidating, let me briefly tell you about another talk that I gave. Heading in the airport, getting ready to get on the plane, look down, see my suit jacket, it's kind of the hem's coming undone and my button's coming off. Got this, run to the shop, grab a travel little sewing kit, get on the plane, bop around in the turbulence, and sew up my jacket, feeling super good about myself. Show up to the talk, and discover that I have sewn my jacket to my pants. When you're on stage and you're perhaps adjusting or taking your jacket off, it is not an academic fashion moment when your jacket is hanging off your pants. It is just awkward. And what you do in that situation is you just rip your jacket off and you just keep rolling. And so the point I want to make here is that You're going to have great days here at Carnegie Mellon, days where your code compiles, you get great portfolio review, your paper gets accepted, and you're also going to have days where you sew your jacket to your pants. And at the end of it, they're just days, and your faculty have them too. We have been there as well, clearly. So if you have a great day, share it with a faculty member, come tell us that story. And if you have an off day, also please come share it. And do keep in mind that we've all been where you've been, and we're all looking forward to hearing and sharing our entire community with you. And again, just keep moving forward, keep going forward. Thank you.
So we'll hear a little bit more from Rebecca and the faculty perspective in just a bit. Let's stick with the academics for our second person, and Tom Cortina is coming up here. Now, you might not have him as an advisor. He's actually in the computer science department. But from the advisor perspective, Tom, how does a student come to you? And when do you see students most often?
I see students all the time. In fact, students think I'm here 24/7. Honestly, they think I sleep here. I don't. Actually, we have a life, right? We see students often, mainly for planning for classes, working out the 4-year plan. So for each major, we understand the map of how to get from here to graduation. So we help them sort of work out the workload, make sure that things are balanced. Students will often try to push themselves because you're all bright and talented and you want to go really, really far, and we'll kind of see that from the higher level view and say, how are you doing there? Is that okay? We also connect students to resources, whether it be faculty in other departments, like statistics, for example, if they're interested in another major or additional minor or something like that. We connect them with faculty for research. We have a career center where we connect them for advice there. Time management, lots of different resources on campus that students don't necessarily realize are out there, and the advisors have those connections to get those. And an important thing is for each semester, we have their schedules so we know which professors the students are working with. So if there's something comes up, if there's a prolonged absence, or if something happens where we need to get in touch, the students can tell us, and we can reach out to those faculty members very, very quickly, and sort of get them on board and work on accommodations. So it works out really well.
And don't just go right before drop deadlines and such like that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the academic side of things. Gwendolyn Stevens is something that we have, well, we call it something unique here at Carnegie Mellon, a house fellow. So you're all moving in, you're here, you spent your first night in that first bed last night. Gwendolyn is kind of your dorm mom, if you're not a house fellow, a dorm dad. When do they come to you? And I assume it's the good stuff and the bad stuff, right?
So yeah, we hear it all. A house fellow is a professional staff member in student affairs in which we work very closely with our students. So all of you guys are living in one of our house communities that's staffed with resident assistants, community advisors, and also the house fellow assumes leadership to help shape that vision in our community. So we are actively engaged and present and visible on campus, and we are very much connected to making sure that you guys are having a positive and vibrant residential experience. So come to us. We want to hear what's going on. We want to hear about the highs of your day, the low of your day, and we can really be a great resource and a connection builder for you on campus.
Do want to reinforce, though, they can come to you with anything, right?
Anything, especially during the day or even late at night. You know, the website says I'm available all the time. So take advantage of that. But yes, we are available. We're very much easily accessible. Many of the house fellows have offices in their communities in which they oversee, or you can make a quick stop at the Student Life Suite as well. You might see us walking our dog on campus. You may see a house fellow playing basketball. So we are very much connected and engaged and eager to get to know you, and really encourage you to come and say hi, or join us for lunch or coffee, because we're excited and we're going to send you those invites.
All right, so you may never become a house fellow. You may never become an advisor. You might not graduate and become a professor. But this guy walking up is what everybody strives to be. It's the upperclassman. Tejas Reddy, come on up here. So he'll graduate. Tejas is an orientation leader. He'll graduate in May with a business degree and then also an undergrad in psychology. So you've sat in these shoes before. Tell me the dynamic between first years and upperclassmen. Is it competitive? Is it combative? Does it foster collaboration?
Sure. So upperclassmen are literally everywhere on campus. We are not secluded from you at all. And probably the first upperclassmen you're going to meet are the orientation staff. But even after orientation, upperclassmen will be in the activities that you do, the classes that you're in. And I think that's the reason that the culture is so collaborative, because you are going to meet upperclassmen in situations where the year that you are in doesn't matter. It's just the desire to learn. And so being an upperclassman, we want to talk to you. We want to hear your story as well. And because it's such a collaborative environment, everyone wants to learn from each other. So embrace the awkward. Feel free to approach anyone. Approach me. I'll be your friend. But yeah, just go out there and explore.
We have only several minutes left, and so truly a round robin, kind of a rapid fire. But let's talk about the transition from high school to college. From a faculty perspective, what do you see from students as being difficult or maybe unexpected?
From a faculty perspective, what can be difficult for students is learning to manage their own schedules and think about what the students want to spend time on. President Jahanian mentioned sort of the idea of the luxury of time. Well, you get to choose that. And so people aren't, so rapid fire, of course. If you decide not to do a homework, the faculty aren't judging you that you didn't do that homework. They're assuming that you're prioritizing and doing other things. It's really your choice. We're here as your resource, but there's no judging. It's your schedule, it's your life. Let us help you learn everything that you can possibly learn.
Talk about the transition and what it's like to be in this culture where you've always been the cream of the crop, the highest of the high, and now you're with your peers that are exactly like that.
Of course. And so, like, the transition to high school the transition to college from high school, sorry. As you said, you're coming from somewhere where you are at the top of your class, and now you're in a place where everyone is as good as you. And honestly, in my opinion, the best way to adjust to that is to realize that doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to hold on to this image of what you should be or what you should be for others. Don't compare yourself to others. Be happy for their successes, but only compare yourself to you. Better yourself every day. And honestly, keeping that in mind will make you so much less stressed and so much less worried about where you are at any point, and you'll be fine.
And I would say my piece of advice about transition is recognize that change can be hard, and know that it's an adjustment, but there's many people along your journey that are going to help you through this transition, especially the individuals that live in your community. So be sure to knock on the door next door to you and say hello to someone. They can be your best friend and you would never know it. Or go to a hall program. The RAs put so much time and effort into creating some amazing events in your community. So take advantage, get involved in your residential community, and really just tap into your new home for the next 4 years.
Tom, explain the process as an advisor. Who makes the decision about what the student should do next?
Students, you do. All right, so for the parents, one of the things that's a surprise at first is that with all the courses, all the information they have here, oftentimes we'll get calls as advisors wanting to know if a student's in a certain class or why I put them somewhere. And I always tell our parents that we're trying to get them to sort of take ownership of their degree, of their education, of their future. So as advisors, we give them the trade-offs, taking this course versus that course or trying another major. We go through those details, and then we let the students kind of ponder that. I always tell them to reflect and think about that, and they make the decision. And once in a while, they'll make a mistake. And when they make a mistake, the advisors, the faculty, the student affairs staff, even other students, we're all there to immediately pick them up and catch them just in case. We don't let it go on very long. But students need to make some mistakes. You saw it in the video at the beginning about some of our best ideas, some of our successes come from failures. All right, so that's what we do basically. We let the students make those decisions.
I'm going to give you 25 seconds each. The one thing, to use President's words, if there's one thing you can take away, what is it from a faculty perspective?
Oh my gosh, have so much fun. Just have so much fun. Enjoy your classes, enjoy the opportunities in front of you, let yourself evolve and grow. You can change your mind. What you are as freshmen may not be what you are as seniors, but just enjoy these amazing opportunities in front of you. Don't be hard on yourself. Just have so much fun while you're here.
Tom.
And if something's bothering you, communicate, tell us. Tell a friend, tell a faculty member, let us know, because there are a lot of the things here that we have that we can support you with.
Gwendolyn?
Take care of yourself. That's my biggest piece of advice while you're here as a student. Your health and well-being is most important.
All right, you don't get to do that, and you get a little bit more time. But we'll end it on this. He sat there 3 years ago. You weren't quite sure that you belonged here.
I was not.
Tell us a little bit about how you've grown and why.
For sure. So coming into CMU, I was both an international student and a first-gen student, so I had no experience to rely on coming into college. I was super uncertain of that. And on top of that, CMU is a great school, but I'll be honest when I say that it wasn't my first choice. So stepping into orientation, I was very uncertain, and I wasn't super open to the experience at all. But I can remember there was exactly one moment where I sat down with an orientation counselor and kind of talked to them about my problems, about my concerns, about my career and everything else. And he calmly sat down and told me about all these different communities, clubs, and orgs that would welcome me into them. And so that conversation made me realize that this community wants to hear what I have to say. They trust me and I trust them. And since then, I have, through the people that I've met, the classes that I've been in, the orgs that I've been a part of, I have constantly been surprised by this community, pleasantly so. And now, more than ever, I am so sure that this was a great decision for me, and I am proud to call it my home.
All right, we hope that you have taken away something from this. Tejas Reddy is the upper class student. Gwendolyn Stevens is a house fellow. Tom Cortina is advisor. And Rebecca Nugent is a faculty member. That is our time. And our final speaker, she is the Vice President of Student Affairs, which might not mean anything to you. So let me hit you this way. She's the Dean of Students, and she is Gina Casalegno.
Thank you, Jason. What an honor it is to be your final speaker with words of welcome to Carnegie Mellon at this morning's program. Again, my name is Gina Casalegno. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. This crowd seems to be one that is pretty intent upon applause. And I don't know if you're as inspired as I have been by our performers and by our panelists, but will you join me in another round of applause for all of them? It is indeed blue skies here at Carnegie Mellon as we join President Jahanian, Conlon, Alex, and so many more who have been up on this stage to welcome you to orientation for the class of 2023. You probably can tell that we have been preparing for your arrival for months, and it is so wonderful to finally have you assembled here on our campus. While we're on rounds of applause, I'll ask for one more. I hope that yesterday your day went as smooth as it could have gone, and will you please join me in thanking the amazing volunteers They are students, alumni, staff who all were here to welcome you to this special community. And they were amazing. And let's face it, there is no shortage of amazing here at Carnegie Mellon. You've witnessed that here on our stage from our speakers and our panelists and performers to the videos that showcase just a couple of the research and work that is done here at Carnegie Mellon to bring real-world solutions to the problems of our society today and even tomorrow. And you saw it in our opening video, featuring Sung, Estella, and Jorge, 3 students we are so proud to call Tartans. And now I'd like to turn the focus on you, the class of 2023 plus. I feel like I owe a little explanation, especially to families who are worried about what this plus means. You may not know that the School of Architecture offers a Bachelor of Architecture degree, which is a 5-year professional degree. Everyone else, just like your families, we hope you'll finish in 4. But the plus is all about the School of Architecture. Okay, just for clarity. So as President Jahanian shared, you are an extraordinary group of students joining our community. And you are talented by every measure, and we don't look at that. We don't assess that just by looking at numbers like your GPA or your SAT and ACT scores. You are here because we see in each of you the intellect, the passion necessary to thrive in your chosen fields. We also see in you that you have the leadership capacity and the commitment to your community to be the change makers we so desperately need in society to make a real impact. It's an exciting time for our students as you launch your college careers. We know it's so exciting. This tent is teeming with that excitement. But there's no doubt about it that the excitement is also for us as an institution, as we begin to watch the many ways that you will change us for your contributions to CMU. I think I speak for all of the parents and family members under this tent that it's also a time filled with great anticipation. So let me pause in recognition of what a big transition this is for our students and your families. We know this can be a bittersweet time, whether this is the first time through the drop-off experience to college, or last, or somewhere in between. So many questions abound for everyone in this tent about the transition that is before you. Today's programs are geared toward helping families learn about our community, from your academic homes that our students will make in your programs, to the caring community that will be forged with one another and the many staff and faculty we have here to support our students. I'm grateful to our panel this morning who offered a genuine glimpse into the people who will be part of your smooth transition to Carnegie Mellon. Students, we have a whole week ahead with just you and with us to convey all that you need to know about launching life at CMU. Today we'll really focus on programs for families to show what we know makes this place special, a place that as you depart campus later today, families, that you will know your student is right where they should be. It's an exciting time to be at CMU. President Jahanian has described some of the groundbreaking advances and progress being made right now at this time in our institution's history. And it is exhilarating to see what our faculty and students are doing to make real-world impact. In addition to the work happening in the classrooms, studios, and labs, we are making substantial investments in the student experience. Often when I have an opportunity to connect with alumni like Alex and his peers, they fondly recount the lasting impact of the experiences they had outside the formal curriculum. Whether it was communication and teamwork building through booth or racing buggy at Carnival, or expanding their worldview and exploring diversity through deep and meaningful dialogue in their house communities, or cultivating a lifelong commitment to community service. We know that one of the benefits of a residential education is the learning that happens outside of the classroom to complement the education offered by the formal curriculum. In addition to the learning and the fun, thank you very much, Professor Nugent, I love that. In addition to the fun that happens outside the classroom, we also know that universities play an important role in helping young people develop their mind, body, and spirit. Carnegie Mellon is investing more than ever before in the CMU experience through resources and programs that support the whole student. We're making investments in health and wellness initiatives, such as state-of-the-art fitness facilities in the Cohen Center and the Tepper Quad, programming focused on mindfulness practices, education on bystander intervention skills to mobilize all in our community to uphold our shared standards and values, and new spaces and programs to help our students relax and have fun. We know from research on college students that there is a significant relationship between well-being and students' academic performance, and these investments here at Carnegie Mellon are critical to supporting student success. Parents, we trust that by the end of today's program, you will be reassured that your student is exactly where they should be, as President Jahanian said earlier this morning, and Tejas so beautifully reinforced. Families, you've been preparing for this for almost 2 decades, and your student is ready. And we are here to partner with them and with you to support a thriving CMU experience. We will now close this morning's program with a video that offers a twist on the university's motto that you heard a bit about from Alex earlier, "My heart is in the work." Here at CMU, our hearts are full doing the work that matters to each of us. We can't wait to see what will matter to you, class of 2023.
The makers, the dreamers, the scientists, the artists, the researchers, the engineers, the challengers, the game changers, the fearless.
Today, we work.
The myth debunkers, securers of cyberspace, and drivers of the driverless, the climate leaders, the energy shapers, and frontliners of artificial intelligence.
Today, we work.
The founders of new fields. The bosses of brain science. The smarts behind smart cities. The industry disruptors, pioneers of planetary robotics, and architects of what's next.
Today, we live it.
Breathe it.
Love it.
Write it.
Rewrite it.
Nail it.
We hack.
Attack.
Move.
Groove.
Start up.
Start over.
Tinker.
Imagine.
And dare.
Today, we work.